Good morning, little scientist. Welcome to Valenzuela Facebook Live Science 5. I am Teacher Mean and I'm happy to have you here. I know you are all excited to learn, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy learning because we will explore the world of science in the comfort of your home. Based on the most essential learning competencies of Science Grade 5, here are the objectives that will guide us along the way. For today's lesson, you, the pupils, are able to describe physical and chemical change operationally and identify the characteristics of physical and chemical change. To actively participate in our lesson, you may type your complete name and the name of your school for your attendance and for me to acknowledge your presence, just like the example. And if you have questions, clarifications, and comments, feel free to write it down in the comment section below. I'll be glad to answer some of your questions after the lesson. You may also bring out your pen and paper so you can jot down some of the important concepts and ideas in our lesson. For us to energize, let us sing the science song. It's science time!
It's science, science time. It's science, science time. Let's all be ready now. It's science, science time. What do we do during science time? We observe, we compare, identify, classify, infer, test, hypothesize. We read a lot, understand them well. Science facts we tell.
Good job, kids! What do we do during science time? To observe, compare, identify, classify, infer, test, and hypothesize. These are the skills that the little scientists like you must acquire. Since there is currently no vaccine against the coronavirus, it is very important to follow simple hygiene measures. Even we are in the virtual class, let us check if you maintain good personal hygiene. Do you take a bath? Did you brush your teeth? Do you have clean ears and trimmed nails? Also, you have to wash your hands often to prevent the spread of the virus. Today we are going to play. Are you familiar with the game Deal or No Deal? Good. But instead of using that phrase, we are going to play or to say change or no change. I want every one of you to type your answers in the comment section below. Let's begin. Liquid water left in the freezer becomes solid. Is it a change or no change? Type your answers below. Scientific! The correct answer is change. Number two, the ice cube that is taken out of the freezer and melts. Is it a change or no change? Type your answers. Awesome! The answer is change. Number three, when you leave a cup of cook rice on the table for a day and it turns sour. Is it a change or no change? Very good. The answer is change. Number 4. Sweet sugar may turn bitter when mixed to coffee. Is it a change or no change? Amazing! The answer is change. And lastly, sour mango becomes sweet when it ripens. Is it a change or no change? Great! The answer is change. Now, what did you notice with your answers and the situations that I have shown you? Right! Your answers and all the situations show change. You did a great job, kids. Did you know that everything in our world change? Even people do. As the saying goes, the only permanent thing in this world is, you are right, change. So does matter. Matter changes in many ways. Just like this piece of paper. We crumpled it, we flattened it, we tear it, but we are not changing what it is. It is still a piece of paper. Now, here is a paper airplane. This may look differently, but it started out just as this piece of paper. We change what it looked like, but not what they are. Hmm, I'm a little bit hungry. Let me walk you through the kitchen and see how some ingredients are being prepared. What are you going to do if you want this carrot to get smaller? Yes, you are going to slice it. Slicing changes the appearance and the size of the carrot. Why do we pound garlic? Yes, you see your parents or your mother pounding the garlic before cooking because it makes any recipe taste better. Pounding changes the appearance and the shape of it. How about when we put sugar into the water? What happened? Yes, it dissolved. The sugar can no longer be seen. Dissolving changes the size of the sugar. What happened when solid materials turn into liquid, just like the ice and the butter? Yes, good. It melted. It melting changes the appearance and also the phase or state of matter. Now, I know some of you love spaghetti. So when you want to put a little cheese on top of your spaghetti, what are you going to do? Yes, you are going to grate the cheese. Grating also changes the size of the material or the cheese. So in my examples, slicing, pounding, grating, cutting, and melting are all examples that shows a change in matter. Do you know what it is? Type your answers below. Very good, Kiss. These are all examples of physical change. Physical change is a change in the form and appearance of a material with its composition remaining the same. Another example is when we put air in the balloon. The balloon stretches just like the rubber band, which makes them change their appearance, shape, and size. Changes in phase or state are also examples of physical change. Just like the boiling of water, it shows vaporization or liquid to gas. Also, water to ice shows freezing or liquid turns to solid. Fog in the air shows condensation or gas to liquid. And the mothballs is a sublimation or solid to gas. Now, let's move on to our next activity, which will show another type of change in matter. Just like this one. Are you ready? Good job. Let's watch and observe. Okay, so let's go back to the questions in our activity. What happened when we mix the baking soda and the vinegar? Just like the carbon dioxide bubbles in carbonated drink, the carbon dioxide that formed as the carbonic acid decomposed. It rises to the top of the mixture. This creates the bubbles and foam you see when we mix baking soda and vinegar. So, what do you call this type of change in matter? Good job, kids! It is a chemical change. Okay, so in another activity, materials such as matchsticks, paper, and the wick of the candle produces another substance. What product these materials produce after burning? Yes, very good. It is ash. Ash is the only product produced by combustion. What do you call this change? When material produces another substance. Type your answers in the comment section. Yes, very good. It is chemical change. Chemical change happens when a material changes in appearance and composition. Remember, it is irreversible. If we say irreversible, the material doesn't go back to its original state. Also, there are evidences of chemical change, as you have seen in our activity. There is a release or evolution of smoke or gas and heat. Other evidences are production of electricity, production of sound, just like in the firecrackers every New Year, and the production of color when we bleach your hair or dye it. Also, the formation of precipitate or curdle. Now, here is our life lesson. Like the things around you, people also change. And as you grow into a young teen, how do you make sure your change is for the better? Write a journal about this. You can write this after this live stream, and your science teacher in school will be the one to check your work. Now, let's move on, or let's wrap it up. Now you already know that the kind of change that result in a difference in display without changing the composition of material is physical change. And when a substance or substances are changed into different substances, it is a chemical change. So before, when physical change happens during the process, and after, it is still the same substance as before. And in the chemical change, a new substance is formed. So let's move on to the science challenge. Let us see how well you understand the lesson. So what you're going to do is choose the correct letter or the correct answer. I will give you 30 seconds to answer. So here are the science challenge keys to correction. Remember, be honest in checking your answers. For number one, it's letter B, physical change. Number two, letter A, chemical change. Number three, letter B, freezing. Number four, it's letter C, bleaching clothes to remove stains. And number five, it's letter B, cutting. So it's question and answer time. With the help of my moderators, Ma'am Ann and Ma'am Raquel, we will pick some of the questions coming from you. I want you to type your questions in the comment section. Okay? So we have one question here. Ma'am Mean, is boiling of an egg physical or chemical change? Okay, maybe you are confused because when you boil an egg, after the process, it is still an egg. But I can say that boiling an egg is a physical, or is, I'm sorry, it is a chemical change. Because the heat taken in by the egg causes permanent change to the structure of the egg, creating it a new substance. Okay, thank you for that question. Let's have another one. Okay, so here's another question. What do you mean what do you mean by formation of precipitate? Okay, so thank you for that. Good question. Precipitate are formation of byproduct known as curdle. In Tagalog, it is pamumuo. So when you mix vinegar and milk, there is a solid particles formed in the solution. There are questions flooding in the comment sections. I know you have lots of questions, but since we have limited time only, you can reserve that with your science teacher in your class discussion. So remember to attend your class discussion tomorrow. And as we end, remember these ideas and concepts. Physical change is when no new substance or product is formed. While chemical change, there is always a new substance produced. Physical change is a reversible change, while chemical change is irreversible or cannot go back to its original state. Physical change cannot produce energy, while chemical change produces energy in terms of heat, light, and sound. Physical change is a temporary change, while chemical change is a permanent change. And physical change doesn't change its composition, while chemical change completely change its composition. So I guess that's it for today. You all did a great job. Bravo! Once again, I am Teacher Mean, reminding you to be the change you wish to see in the world. That is by Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you for listening and see you on another scientific episode here in Valenzuela Facebook Live Science 5. Goodbye, kids. Stay safe.